inquiry into the healthcare sector was due to start before September. The Competition Commission says it's likely to be another 2 months before it starts the probe in earnest. It says it's trying to cover all the bases because of the complexity of the inquiry. Trudy Makaya of the Competition Commission says this includes finding the right experts to sit on its panel.
I think it's taken us a bit longer than we would have liked to set up the inquiry. But I think this investment that we're making now will ensure that hopefully we face fewer legal challenges going forward. We're also taking legal advice at the moment on how we're going about this. Hopefully also this investment will ensure that we do stick to the 18 to 24 month timeline that we had committed to for the whole inquiry.
The inquiry will look at pricing, a lack of competition and other practices in the private healthcare sector. A report by the Council for Medical Schemes earlier this week states that escalating private hospital fees and specialist costs continue to hit medical schemes. Genesis healthcare consultant Slayton Samsudin says this is forcing schemes to increase contributions and limiting access to the poor.
I think it's going to open a can of worms, definitely. My concern is just that, as we were discussing earlier, is that, the minute we get down to the nuts and bolts of it and we do regulate the price, like we did with the single exit price, I'd like to see that consumers do benefit in the end. Otherwise, it's a long-term project that is going to cost millions of rands for the taxpayer, and eventually the consumer still doesn't benefit.
The Council for Medical Schemes tries to limit cost increases to consumer price inflation plus 3%, but often private healthcare cost increases run into double digits. Economist Chris Hart says in addition to excluding the poor, this is also affecting other areas of the economy.
What happens is it squeezes people's disposable income, and as you say, what gets spent there doesn't get spent somewhere else in the economy, and it can mean that there are wasted resources and inefficiencies that occur from the broader economy.
The Commission says it hopes to have the terms of reference for the inquiry gazetted in Parliament within 1 month. It will then have to wait 20 days for any possible objections from stakeholders before it starts the probe. It says its newly acquired powers to subpoena witnesses will ensure a thorough investigation of the industry. Liuta Motlogelwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.